Hello, everyone. This is Ella, and welcome to Perspectives with Ella. Today, we are looking at self worth beyond achievement. It pays to work hard. Getting recognized for your hard work, super. So, when you put in a lot of effort at school and you come top of your class, excellent. When you put so much effort in your work and you get a salary increment or you get a bonus or you are promoted, brilliant. But it is important that we do not tie our achievements to our self worth. Hard work pays, yes. Hard work never goes out of style. As a matter of fact, hard work gives you more opportunities. But if your self worth is tied to only your achievements, then there is a problem. Because as humans, our desires are insatiable. Every day, day in, day out, there is something that we want to achieve or do. We want to outpace people. Sometimes we are not even doing it for ourselves. We want to outpace people. We want to gather so many achievements and titles to us because we usually, it may be happening at your blind side, but you've usually tied your self-worth to the things that you've achieved or you are known by. As humans, our desires are insatiable. And if care is not taken, you may live your whole life trying to achieve and then add on to it. So personally, I have this pet peeve, right? Like when you just accomplish something and the next thing you are saying is on to the next. Like soak this in, relax. You just graduated from school, you just have a degree, on to the next. Yes, on to the next, but don't add that statement. Just soak it in, live in the moment, live in the present, on to the next thing, as though we are just talking achievements and adding titles and portfolios onto our names and names and names. Those are great, as I indicated earlier, but it is important that we do not tie our self-worth to our achievements. So usually what happens is that for students, we tie our self-worth to grades, awards or recognitions, but your value does not start with your successes. It actually exists regardless of your successes. You are more than your results. You are way more than your results. So it is important that we strike a good balance between the desire to be recognized for our achievements, brilliant, excellent, but we also have to just be happy at life's little joys. Be happy at your efforts. Be happy at your little wins, the little things that makes you giggle and bubble and act like a child. Feel so childish. Be happy at life's little joys. Being happy at your efforts, your choices, and your character are actually what defines us, and not only our achievements. So, as young people, we ought to remind ourselves, take it as a daily pill, as a weekly pill, monthly, quarterly, or annually. But you ought to remind yourself that there is much more to us than our achievements. And our self worth grows when we don't just focus on what we are accomplishing, but who we are becoming in the process. When situations happen to us, sometimes we are just fixated on what is the end result, what is the end game, and all that. But you don't notice that your attitude towards that particular thing change, and often in the good way. So we want to remind ourselves of our worth beyond our results, beyond our achievements, beyond our awards and recognitions and the many plaques and citations in our wardrobes and cupboards. And sometimes there is this feeling that comes with it when you stare at it and it gives you a sense of pride, and check it. You may be tying your self-worth to the things that you've achieved. So we want to hear from you in the comment section. How do you remind yourself of your worth beyond your results? How are you able to not convince, how are you able to tell yourself that you are still important? Your life your life is much more important than the things you've achieved or not achieved. Let's get interactive. Let's share our opinions and thoughts. And as always, this is Perspectives with Ella, survival tips for the young person. See you in my next video. Bye.